Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. How are you, grade 9? Hope everything is okay with you. Let us start now with our lesson for today. Let's have a look at our school vision.
مدرسة المجتمع الابتدائية الإعدادية الثانوية الخاصة للبنات.
Okay, now let us start. Today, inshallah, we are going to start studying Unit 10, the vocabulary student book, page 108. So I want you to open your student book, page 108. Let's have a look at our objectives for today. By the end of this lesson, a student will be able, after reading 6 sentences, a student will be able to identify the meaning of 6 idioms correctly. 2. After listening to 3 people, a student will be able to answer 3 questions correctly. Let's have a look at our vocabulary. Yeah, you can write them in your notebook. Let us start now. I went as Pete wrote. I couldn't believe my eyes. It is driving me up the wall. Make a fool of myself. I nearly jumped out of my skin. I wanted the ground to open and swallow me, annoyed and impressed. Let's discover the meaning of them. Have a look at the first one here. Now I'm going to say that I went red as a beetroot. What does it mean? So it's an idiom that means to have a red face because you are embarrassed. So again, to express that you are embarrassed about something, you are going to say I got red as a pea wrote. Okay, is it clear? Great. Let's move now to the second one. I couldn't believe my eyes. I couldn't believe my eyes. You know the meaning of the word believe, that's right? To believe, to think, and believe. Have an idea about this one. How can I believe my eyes? It's not. Does that make sense? That's right. So when I say I couldn't believe my eyes, I mean by that to be very surprised. So you can say that I couldn't believe my eyes because you are surprised about something. Okay? So let's continue. What about this one? It's driving me up the wall. Okay, can you climb the wall? Of course not. You cannot climb the wall. But we use this idiom to refer to make someone extremely angry. So you make me extremely angry. So I can say that you drive me up the wall. You driving me up the wall to express what? You made me angry. Okay? Is it clear? Okay, let's continue. What about this one? Have a look at the silly picture that we have here. We have poet, I'm stupid, how silly are you? Okay, think about these pictures. Yeah, when I say that, make a fool of myself, make a fool of myself. Okay, how's come? Okay, let's discover. To do something that makes other people think you are silly or not to be respected. Okay, now for example, you are in a situation and you made something embarrassing or something that really silly, make a fool of myself. What does it mean? That you make other people think that you are silly as a sequence of what of your actions or not to be respected. So again, make a fool of myself. What about this one? When I have a look here, try to describe this picture. They seem to be surprised, that's right. Instead of saying surprise, I can say also I nearly jumped out my skin. I nearly jumped out my skin. To be extremely surprised by something. When you are really surprised, you can say this one. I nearly jumped out of my skin. Okay, when you are really surprised about something. Oh, what about this one? Okay, can you describe this man? What happened to him? Try to guess. When you are really impressed about something, you can use this idiom. I want the ground to open and swallow me. Yeah, we have a similar idiom in Arabic that just like this one. I want the ground to open and swallow me. We use this one when you are so embarrassed that you want suddenly to disappear. you want suddenly to disappear, you can say, I want the ground to open and swallow me. Excellent. What about this one? We have the word annoyed. When you are really angry about someone or something, we call this one annoyed. And for the last vocabulary that we have for today, we have the word embarrassed. Embarrassed, feeling shame or shy. You are really shy about something, about yourself, about anything. You can use the word embarrassed. Okay? So these are our vocabulary for today. Let's apply our understanding. I want you to move to your student book page 108. 10p, exercise A, vocabulary. What are you going to do? You're going to read the sentences below and decide what the idiom in bold express. Do the people feel shocked, embarrassed, or annoyed? Okay? I want you just now to pause the video, answer the question, then come back to check your answers. Okay, back again. Let's have a look at the first one. 1. When I realized I had introduced my pass with the wrong name, I want red as a Pete wrote. I want red as a Pete wrote. What does it mean? What do you think? Yeah, does it express feeling embarrassed, annoyed, or shocked? For sure, embarrassed, that's right. Let's move to number 2. Linda couldn't believe her eyes when she waved at the monkey and waved back. Couldn't believe her eyes. Express what? Shocked, embarrassed, or annoyed? Excellent, shocked. Number 2. Move to number 3. My neighbor keeps throwing rubbish in my garden and it's driving me up the wall. I'm really what? Excellent, annoyed. Move to number 4. I didn't enter the competition because I want prepared and I know I will make a fool of myself. Make a fool of myself, we use it to express what? Embarrassed. Excellent. When the phone rang in the middle of the night, I nearly jumped out of my skin. I really what? Excellent, shocked. I fell flat on my face in the middle of the square. I want the ground to open up and swallow me. We use this idiom for what? Excellent, to express what? Great, my student, to express interest. So answer this question in your student book page 108 and let's move to the second part of our lesson. Now, let's move to the listening at the same page. What you are going to do, you are going to listen to 3 people describe an experience they have. Answer the question by choosing A, B, or C. Listen carefully and answer the question.
Module 10. That's life. 10b. Listen. Listen to 3 people describing experiences they have had and answer the questions. Choose A, B, or C. Ethan.
Last month, a friend stayed at my house because he had a job interview in the city, near where I live. We both went to bed early because he wanted to be fresh for the interview, and I had to get up early for work. The next morning, I got up and left before my friend woke up. A couple of hours later, I was in the middle of a meeting when I got a phone call from him. He was screaming at me, and rightly so. He told me that I had locked him in my flat by accident and he couldn't leave for his interview. Fortunately, he arranged another interview.
George.
I was at the airport and there were lots of people around. Suddenly, I saw a man waving at me. It seemed like he wanted me to go over to him. So, I picked up my bags and went over. When I got close, he said, "Can I help you?" I was confused. "Excuse me, you were waving at me," I said. He said he was waving at his friend, and then his friend turned up. I started laughing to make it look like a funny mistake, but I just wanted the ground to open up and swallow me.
Mike.
It happened last Monday. I was giving a presentation at the office to some important clients from Japan. It was going pretty well, but I was getting some strange looks from some of the people at the meeting, and I couldn't understand why. Anyway, during the break, I went to the toilet and looked in the mirror, and that's when I saw it. A piece of lettuce stuck between my two front teeth. I looked ridiculous. I removed it and I went back to continue my presentation, but I couldn't concentrate. Needless to say, the presentation didn't go well, and I have a feeling that I made a fool of myself.
Okay. What do you think about the first one?
Module 10. That's
Excellent.
life.
So the
10B.
answer for number 1 is what?
Listen.
Wanna
Listen to
pause
3
the
people
audio here? Okay. So why the Ethan friend Mass has an interview, he couldn't get out of the house. Number 2, what do you think? How excellent he felt at first. And the last one, why there was something between his teeth. Excellent. So that's it. Let's now move to student book. Sorry, I want you to move now to your workbook page 106 and have here exercise 8. What are you going to do? You're going to match. Okay, I'll give you time to answer this question by your own. Then let's come back to check your answers, okay? Okay, back again. Let us see now the answer. When I spilled coffee on my paws, I wanted the ground to open up. Okay, what is the compliment? And swallow me. Excellent. When I saw the snake, I nearly jumped. What do you think? Off my skin, because I really was shocked. I couldn't believe the answer. My eyes when I heard my name on television. Excellent. That loud noise from outside is driving me. The answer is E, up the wall. Excellent. I made a fool of myself when I fell flat on my face in front of everyone. And the last one, I went as red as. The correct answer is D. Excellent. Be wrong when I broke plates at my friend's house. Excellent. You should study this idiom and try to use them in your daily life. Let's now move. It's time for worksheet just to practice more. Complete the following sentences with the word given here. Okay. Now I want you to read these sentences, answer them, then come back to checks. The idea from this worksheet just to make a revision for your vocabulary, sometimes grammar, just to be ready for your exam, okay? Let's have a look at the first one. When I realized I had introduced my past with a wrong name, I read as a beetroot. Excellent. So the answer what? Linda couldn't believe her eyes. She waved at the monkey and it waved back. My neighbor keeps throwing rubbish in my garden and it's, what do you think, driving me at the wall. I didn't enter the race because I know I would make a fool of myself. When the phone rang in the middle of the night, I nearly jumped off my skin and the last part I felt, yeah, I wanted the ground to open up and swallow me. Okay. Let's have a look here. Yeah, just a quick version. Yeah, what do you think? Why do we use a word as a beetroot? Embarrassed. Excellent. So you are going just to label the following sentences with the correct feeling that is expressed. We have shocked, annoyed, and embarrassed. The first one is embarrassed. Now it's your turn to answer the rest. Pause the video, answer it, then come back to check your answers. Okay? Back again, let's have a look at number 2. She couldn't believe her eyes. That to express what? Shocked. It's driving me up the wall. Why do we use this idiom? To express annoying. Excellent. I won't make a fool of myself. We use it to express embarrassed. I nearly jumped off my skin. We use it when I'm shocked. Excellent. I want the ground to open up and swallow me. We use it to express embarrassed. Excellent. So that's it.